hooking up with the man the night of May 11th because Leach left to go see Stepmommy on May 10th does not scream a loving relationship.
The sheer number of things that I have had to try and find grace in my heart over the years to be able to be around you and cordial is well beyond what any one person should have to shoulder. Yet you expect more. My grace tank is empty. Time for you to start shouldering the load for your own behaviors and actions. Your behavior in 2025 has been so far off the rails. I have been so worried that I've had conversations with medical professionals to try and find out what could be causing this. No lie, a tumor came to mind. That is how far off you are from displaying stable behavior. However, we did bring to your attention the side effects of being overdosed on testosterone pellets, like I experienced from the doctor you recommended, and you're still visiting, you won't even consider it. We heard from a doctor, they almost caused me to have a stroke. But you're not even worried about it. Oh, and I heard you say that you think I somehow promised I would not tell anyone about the $15,000 loan. No, ma'am. When you asked for that promise, before saying anything, your son answered. I stayed quiet. There was no fucking way I would promise something like that without knowing what was to come, especially since I knew it would be coming from your mouth. But even if you took the $15K off the table, all the other shit would still have me feeling the same way now. You told us specifically that Leach said healthcare is a scam. You don't need it. Just get the stuff from vape shops, or if you need the meds, go on a cruise and get the meds in Mexico. You remember where everything's magically cheaper? His Facebook page, he has everyone on, but his potential fiance? And then I attached the images of his multiple Facebook profiles that he has. I've already addressed all this, so let's just jump to the next part. The value of his dad's house also shows the lien amount on the house if you look at the public records for probate. No movement on back child support, even though he claims he got all that money from the inheritance. Funny, as you've always considered men that didn't take care of their child support responsibilities as deadbeats. You hammered 2 ex-husbands about it. But since it's Leach, it's now acceptable behavior, right? I haven't even touched on the relationship you have with your son. At 9 years old, you made him the man of the house. He had to alter his childhood and adulthood to accommodate a husband's role with you. You have continually tried to step into the mother role with my daughter. You tried going around me to Will while I was pregnant to get him to say you could come live with us because you wanted to be the one to raise Pinto Cinco. You were told no. You then tried again 2 more times after she was born before I finally told you to get fucked. It was never going to happen. Now you found a man who on paper is a 90% replica of your son. Hell, he's even 2 weeks younger. So with all of this said, and knowing that no matter how much proof I have put in this letter, you're still going to ignore all the facts and make excuses for both of you. I am choosing a different path. Your current behavior is not that of a woman making sound decisions. Added in all the past outrageous things you have done when you're angry and how you opt for chaos over solutions, you took it one step further this time by trying to make Pinto Cinco collateral damage to the argument you were having with your son. Since you want to send text messages to your granddaughter, trying to drive a wedge between her and her dad, you want to make threats towards me? You have rights? Negative, Ghost Rider. When your actions and words show that you are not operating on a basic level of common sense and you start trying your passive-aggressive bullshit on my daughter is where I draw the final line. Your leech of a boy toy is no longer welcome in our home. He will not be allowed near my daughter, moving forward. Between his violent background, continual lies, and deceit, he cannot be trusted. And you, for some reason, cannot see this, which means some things are changing within our relationship as well. Between your past erratic behavior, which has actually been foreshadowed by your complete personality change in 2025, you will no longer have carte blanche access to us. We will start with low contact in the hopes that we can work back to where we were pre-2025. That is what I want most. You will be allowed to come to our house alone to visit your granddaughter. Will also need to be in town when these visits happen. Because you see, I will no longer allow you in my home when your son is not there. At this time, I am protecting my peace and the peace of my family over the volatility coming from you this year. There will be no unsupervised visits while you're with Leech. Zero exceptions. If things can go smoothly during your visits and the irrational behavior goes away, we can explore expanding back into a normal relationship. If, on the other hand, you decide to ignore our boundaries, again, for both Will and I, as well as the boundaries we have placed on our child's behalf, then low contact will switch to no contact. Despite all of the BS of the past, I've still always wanted the very best for you and have loved you as much as I could a mother. The things you said to your son yesterday, the threats, the disrespect, using my daughter, have drastically changed my view of you, and not in a positive way. The other big difference this time is that I'm not going to keep trying to get you to see me as someone other than your son's wife or your grandchild's mother. I spent the first 10 years of my marriage riding the PAM emotional roller coaster. I'm not getting on that ride ever again. This time, you're going to have to put in the work. I would suggest talking to a therapist first so you can get some clarity. Rogue. The one thing I do know for sure, I truly hope you get help and that someday you and your son can build a relationship again. I know I'm out. I'm done. 15 years, time served. I'm done. I married your son. I didn't marry your crazy. Your circus animals, your flying monkeys, they can all take a flying leap. And when my husband's not home, you're not welcome at my home, period. Because I don't trust you. Because you make the wildest allegations against somebody. The wildest. An 8-year-old as a pedo because she helped a 2-year-old pull up a pull-up. Your son and I schmeck trafficking because we ordered fucking pizza. You need help. You need therapy. Deep, deep, deep therapy. And I hope you can find your feet. It's probably going to be hard since you stayed on the parental payroll well into your 50s. So, failure to launch, maybe that's why you chose Leech, because he's just the male version. But I do wish you the best. I do. But I'm protecting my peace. And to protect my peace, it can no longer include you. Not with the things that you say, not with the threats that you make, not with the fact that you literally will call CPS on somebody because they pissed you off. And hey, what was it that R did that pissed you off so bad that not only did you have to threaten to unalive yourself, and what did that little threat, by the way, get you? Wasn't that 72-hour little hold that rolled into a 28-day situation? Yeah. Because I told you if you ever made that threat again, I was going to report it. And that's exactly what I did. Exactly what I did. But what was it that flipped y'all out? That's right. Your ex-con brother got out of prison and needed a place to live. So you begged her to let him come stay with y'all there. And everything was hunky-dory. Till she found out they had sex. All of a sudden, you're calling CPS and make a claim against her for her kid? Had nothing to do with the kid. It's the vindictive chaos that you unleash when you don't get your way. You act so sweet to people. Why? Because that feeds in with your victim mentality, because we all know you're always a victim and you're going to be the victim of this, and that's cool. I will take being the villain if even 1% of this gets in your brain and opens your eyes, because certifiable should be tattooed right across your forehead with the way you think. I will say, don't forget about the fact that we didn't kick you. We didn't unfriend. We left all forms of communication open. But you haven't tried. Now I know you're going to see this video because you enjoy stalking my accounts that you can see. Yep, I understand. It's all good. Do you enjoy what you're seeing? I don't know any other way to say this other than something happened. You went off the rails. You've gone off the rails quite a few times. This year, pretty fucking bad. I just need to